SaaS has been a great business model. And it's shown itself to be that way. But it is probably important to remember that it didn't exist 20 years ago. And it almost was an emergent, crazy. It was an emergent business model. The rules for SaaS, rule of 40, whatever asset intensity you should have, what your net dollar retention should be, all those financial terms people you use to quantify whether or not a SaaS business is good, those didn't exist 20 years ago. And they happened from investors saying, oh, I see that the internet is changing everything, that the access to software, again, democratization of people being able to build tools is changing everything. And they almost had to just believe that people were solving a real problem. And then over time, it's almost a lagging measure where you went back and you said, oh, here are the traits of this business. I want to find traits in other businesses that match that. Mm-hmm. And that's what we think. So that's exactly what we see happening for DeepTech over the next 20 years. It's such an exciting time, in my opinion, for DeepTech because the rules are still unwritten for DeepTech. Mm-hmm. We see all these changes. We see improvements in both semiconductor cost and performance. We see falling hardware costs. We see aging demographic. Obviously, we see all the improvements in AI in the hype around it. We see improvements in connectivity and 5G. We see demand for e-commerce and shipping and more need for those kinds of logistics and automation. And then obviously there's, all the questions about global competitiveness, de-globalization, reshoring manufacturing, revitalizing industry here. All of those kind of come together and say, okay, this is going to be an exciting time for DeepTech. And we really believe those are going to drive demand and make some really, really big companies, the kind of on the scale of which we haven't really seen in mass in DeepTech yet. And that's kind of what makes it most exciting. Now, back to SaaS, we're thinking about it still obviously great business models, but in a way for us as DeepTech investors, the investing style and strategy is changing within SaaS because it's a more known entity. And also because AI in many ways is leading to the commoditization of production of software tools, right? So if you and I were making PayPal in the 90s,
it'd be so much easier now. Yeah.
It'd be DeepTech back then, right? We need a full team. We need scientists. We need researchers. Today, we just need a weekend and a couple good AI agents. I mean, probably we're vibe coding, just text, speaking it and then it's coding for us.
Yeah.
And so you see that trend. And what that really means is, I think it's going to be potentially harder to deploy massive amounts of funding into software as the costs continue to drop, which is a good thing for everybody that the costs continue to drop, that people are seeing productive tools. DeepTech, again, is the untamed frontier. Still wild with the creativity of all the scientists out there in the natural world and all these incredible scientific discoveries. And so I think that we, one, will be able to invest many different ventures. Two, I think the DeepTech investors who are leading the way there will set the standard for what it looks like to invest in DeepTech. They'll set the standard. They'll set the rules. They'll make up the new metrics and heuristics that the industry will adopt over the next 20 years as we continue to see winners. And that's what we want to do. That's what I want to do. That's when I'm answering your question on how I think about SaaS, why I'm excited about DeepTech. That's one of the reasons why I'm so excited, because it also can be some of the most transformative technologies. Even if I was talking about Bell Labs earlier, so they're on my mind. But even if you think about all the work they did around telecommunications, vacuum tube, all of that, we wouldn't have modern phones if they hadn't been working on that. And even that scientific discovery, hard research, just think about how much communication has totally revolutionized.
Oh, totally. Yeah, we're totally talking, you're in New York, I'm in Texas. It's crazy.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. So DeepTech companies have the ability to be the most transformative. Cars, phones, semiconductors, planes, to really shape culture, really shape our environment. And so it's not that I see anything wrong with SaaS businesses or like they're not exciting to me. But when I just think about impact for dollar, I get really excited about DeepTech and how it could literally shape our physical infrastructure or culture or environment, those kinds of things. So